Welcome to the Noah Report, empowering the next generation of billionaires. 10 things the poor people do that the rich don't. We understand that many individuals are striving for financial success, and we want to share some insights on common habits that may hinder progress. We urge you to approach these observations with an open mind and consider how they relate to your own situation. Our intention is to prompt reflection and self-improvement. While some may find our video offensive, we encourage you to refrain from negative comments and instead reflect on whether there's room for improvement in your own life. We've sought input from mentors and successful individuals to highlight differences in day-to-day habits between those who are financially struggling and those who are prosperous. We acknowledge that not everyone has control over their circumstances, and exceptions exist to these observations. However, being aware of these habits and activities could provide you with valuable insights and potentially give you an advantage in your pursuit of financial success. Number 1. Most of them are into watching sports. The truth is, unless you're a professional athlete or an owner of one of the teams, there's really no reason for you to watch sports. It's the same with television. It's escapism from your current reality. They even go as far as to buy team gear, and team gear is not cheap. It often becomes a party with family and friends. Some people will even go as far as to fight with one another in a bar, simply because they like a different team. When you think about it, the whole thing is a bit silly. There is very little benefit people get from watching sports, aside from the fact that it is an escape from their day-to-day reality. In the end, though, an excessive sports habit ends up costing time, money, and energy. Number 2. Go to bed late and wake up late. The average person sleeps 229,961 hours in their lifetime, equivalent to almost one-third of their life. For the poor, this number is estimated to be much smaller. In fact, 33.6% of those below the poverty line reported sleeping less than the recommended 7 hours per night. Recently released Center for Disease Control, CDC, data shows just how much lack of sleep may be affecting their health and wealth, and the results of this data are especially significant for those who are low income. Sleep deprivation for those in poverty works in a vicious cycle to keep them poor. This is how it works: people are in poverty and sleep less than they should. This lack of sleep causes many health issues, which inhibit their ability to earn a good income and be a productive worker. This reduces their earning ability and keeps them from getting above the poverty line. Number 3. Eat junk food. When you're low on cash, going to McDonald's to buy something off of the dollar menu can be incredibly tempting. However, this type of mindset usually leads to obesity. There are plenty of overweight rich people out there, but those are usually people who inherited their riches. Most self-made millionaires are in excellent shape. In fact, the richer someone gets, the more likely they are to hire a personal trainer. In addition to obesity, constantly eating fast food puts a huge dent in your budget. Buying groceries and cooking at home is often much cheaper than going out to eat. And rich people watch their budgets as well as their waistlines. This is not just about being slim and attractive either. Rich people want to eat healthy because they know that it will help them perform as well as humanly possible. Once you are eating a clean diet, your mind becomes clear. You will feel mentally and physically better than you ever have before in your life. Being mentally focused and physically fit helps you think better and perform your best. And let's be honest, people do make decisions based on appearances. Do you want to get that new client or find that new job? You need to look healthy. Most rich people want to live as long as humanly possible so that they can continue to reap the benefits of their wealth. Number 4. They have more kids. Statistically speaking, poor people tend to have children at an earlier age compared to rich people. Poor people begin having children in their teens and 20s, far before they are financially secure and able to provide a solid future for their kids. They also usually have many more children, sometimes 6 or more. Contrary to what some people may say, poor people do not have so many children because they are looking for tax breaks and more welfare. However, because of the parents' poverty, these kids usually share a bedroom, wear hand-me-downs, and may not be able to afford to go to college when they get older. Rich people are more concerned about waiting for the moment when they are ready to raise children in the right conditions. They want to make sure they are financially stable or are on the path to success. They want to be sure that their kids are living in an area with the best schools so that they can have the best opportunities in life. This is why you will see many successful people wait until their 30s to start having kids. Many wealthy people have only 1 or 2 kids because they want to make sure they can afford to send them to college. Number 5. Buy things with the money they don't have. Poor people tend to care a lot more about owning a lot of stuff. It feels great in the short term. Many people even get themselves into debt because they are determined to have the newest iPhone, purse, or video games. To finance these toys, they take out credit cards, often far more than they can afford to pay back. Interest rates quickly start to pile up, and before they realize what has happened, they are struggling to put food on the table. All of a sudden, that new and shiny iPhone that they couldn't afford doesn't look so glamorous until there is a new iPhone released, and they take out another credit card to buy it. We are not saying that rich people never take out credit. They do, but there is a huge difference in how they use it. Most of the time, they are going to earn more money from their investment than what they borrowed. Number 6. They don't believe in themselves. Poor people think that someone owes them something. They often believe that they deserve a handout simply because they were born. Many poor people assume that the rich were handed a big break from someone else. This is one of the reasons why poor people fall for pyramid schemes. They assume that the person who is willing to give them the help they deserve has finally showed up in their life. In reality, no one offers you help or mentorship unless they see you are already putting in the work. Pro tip: you deserve nothing. No one owes you anything. If you want something, you have to work for it. Rich people understand they are not entitled to anything. They know that when it comes to starting a business, they are the only person they can expect to do the work. Even if they grew up in a wealthy family, they realize that you need to earn what you have. If nothing else, you have to run the business well so that it does not go bankrupt. In fact, growing up with successful parents makes many people push themselves very hard. And if someone comes along promising to help them in some way, they are cautious to accept it. No one usually offers you help unless they want something out of it. Number 7. They don't learn from their mistakes. When is the last time that something went wrong, and even though you had nobody to blame but yourself, you shifted the blame onto somebody else? Maybe you overdraw your bank account, and instead of recognizing that you are the one who spent money you didn't have, you blamed your friend for asking you to go out for a movie. Poor people tend to blame other people for their failures. Suddenly, they are a victim in their own life. By putting blame on others, it takes away your responsibility for your own destiny. At the end of the day, you are the only person who has control over your life. Number 8. Don't have a financial plan. Poor people have a hard time saving money, sometimes because they see money and want to spend it immediately. And sometimes, the reason is that they simply do not have any money to spare to put into savings. Their lives can quickly be derailed as soon as you need a car repair or some other unexpected bill. According to Go Banking Rates, 58% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved, and they are living paycheck to paycheck. Losing your job could mean losing your apartment or declaring bankruptcy. And yes, saving is a hard habit to get into, but it is also an extremely necessary one. Wealthy people, on the other hand, never settled for this lifestyle for very long. Even if they were poor at one point in their lives, they realized that it was not sustainable. They need to earn more money by getting a better job. Or they needed to dramatically change their lifestyle so that they had savings that could cover at least 3 months of bills while they look for a new job. But there are other reasons why rich people have been able to save, even before their wealth added up. They may not have paid hundreds of dollars a month for entertainment, and have avoided high-profile sales that are trying to pass off junk at a lower price. Number 9. They think about themselves. Last is that poor people only think about themselves instead of looking at the big picture. They are consumed with the worlds that they have constructed around themselves, with their own failures, their own shortcomings, their own appetites, me, me, me. If you want to be rich, you need to think about what you can do for the world. Think about some of the most wealthy and powerful people. How did they get that way? Bill Gates designed software that would help people, companies, and governments all over the world do their jobs better. By thinking about the big picture, they were able to create wealth. Poor people will usually make their own desires their number one priority. They are so focused on their own problems that they cannot see past themselves in order to launch a successful venture that will help other people. This is one of the many reasons why many businesses fail. They are launching a product or service that would be great for them, and not necessarily for the customer or audience. If you want to be rich, ask yourself how you can use your skills to help the world beyond yourself. Once you are on this trajectory, you just might find success. Number 10. They procrastinate. To procrastinate is to delay, to postpone what should be done now for later. Procrastination is a mental block that deceives you into believing that there is still time to do what should have been done long ago. It manifests itself with statements such as, "I will do it tomorrow," "there is still time," and "it's not too late." The problem with this mindset is that everyday time is going by which once spent cannot be retrieved. Each and every day you are supposed to be making steps toward the achievement of your financial goals. We're now in May, and you might be wondering what happened to the first 4 months of this year. The truth is you are seriously procrastinating. The only way to beat procrastination is to start taking steps. These steps may be small or great ones, but by all means start something. Take steps to develop yourself, ask for help, research that opportunity, start a business, open that account, learn something new, seek for opportunity, brainstorm how to face the competition, and so on. In no time you will begin to make major progress. What more should be added to this list? I'm eager to hear your opinions in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. That's it for today, squad. See you in the next video.